welcome to Pack Rat Route N-Scale Model Railroad. Today is Monday, 16th of September, 2019. First off, I'd like to thank all my new subs out there, and Roy Smith and Wilbur for sending lots of guys my way. Also, I got my first thumbs down on my part 2 Sealing the Loop rock face video. If you're gonna leave a thumbs down, at least explain what you didn't like about the video or something. Anyway, it was probably just some passerby anyway, just some negative Nelly, whatever. You know, I do this channel because mainly for myself, I guess, and for somebody that has to tear this model railroad apart, they kind of know what's underneath it. Also for, you know, that's us YouTuber model railroaders. We're kind of a small community versus the vastness of all the other model railroaders that are out there. So at least, you know, I mean, it's like I left a comment for one of you guys. It's just a scratch in the surface is all we are. So, you know, it's is what it is. But anyway, I did my pour today, so came out okay, I guess. The pond had a couple bubbles in it, which I think I'll be able to take up with some Mod Podge. I was wanting to give it some rippling effects anyway, because there will be activity in the pond with swimmers and the tire swing and such. So, but it came out pretty nice actually. The bog came out really nice, which I'll get everything all cleaned up, because the resin does tend to go up onto your, it absorbs into the scenery, the surrounding scenery, and I didn't like that too. I don't really like that too much, so I noticed that on some other videos when guys did their initial pours and they came back and touched it up a little bit too. But and also I had a couple of leaks, so that kind of drained things a little bit, not by much. I'd say you know, just minuscule amounts, but you know, it all adds up. The pond is kind of ripply in a way, which is the effect that I was looking for. Also, maybe it's because it's different levels of pour. I don't know, but anyway, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm sure once I get it cleaned up and the edges fine-tuned and a little bit more shrubbery put around, you know, kind of camouflage some of that wet look I don't want. Also, I don't like the shiny look. It looks like you're looking in a mirror. That Mod Podge, I'm using the matte Mod Podge, so that should tone it down a little bit also. But also in the video that I made, I was wearing an old t-shirt and I didn't notice, or I really didn't, not until the video's already done, so it's shot, it's a done deal. Can't redo the resin pour video, but it shows off my dialysis fistula in there. And basically what they do is they take 2 toothpick-sized needles and they stick them in my arm, and I sit in a recliner chair for 4 hours. I do that 3 times a week. You'll notice that I didn't think about it, so don't mean to gross anybody out or anything, but that's just the way it is. But usually I try to wear a longer sleeve shirt. But I was wearing an old shirt that I didn't know what was going to happen, and I did have some spills. So this stuff is, the viscosity on it is very thin, and just a little pinhole is all it takes. So, well, I made a video of how I did it and everything, so, and stick around to the end where I show you how I made the tires. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers. Just in case I have any water resin left over from the pond pour, I'm going to go ahead and get this bog area built up, just in case I have some leftover. I don't want to waste it. So we'll work on that for another couple of days or whatever till we get ready till this gets ready, and then we'll do one big pour. Now in here I've used some satin varnish on the dark brown areas. I'm not sure how that's going to look when it finally get the water in there, because it's using a Murky pour, but we'll see what it does. I did the same thing over here in the log area. I used the satin varnish on some of the darker low-lying areas, and I made a couple of tires. Alright, I have a shoebox container full of warm water. My water heater is set at 125, so I didn't go quite that hot as per the instructions. So we'll set this stuff here inside the bag. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Looks like I had a hole in my bag. And I've got another stir of these. This here, I'm going to use the whole thing, both these, and it just seems like it's too much of a fingertip thing, so we'll do some good stirring with a proper stir stick. Okay, I went ahead and put the measuring lines on this cup. I'm going to use all of this, but just for giggles, I put one on there. Okay, that's good enough. This says to stir for 5 minutes. Let stand for 5 minutes and stir for 5 more minutes. The working time is 20 minutes. So this is kind of a quick process here. Okay, here we go. Yep, a small little pinhole will leave you a leak. I already got it cleaned up. And there's a tiny leak over here too. I thought I had this all sealed up. Running down the wall. Despite everything that I did, I still got a couple of bubbles in it. It's really ripply right now. I think it's still because it's hardening up. It's starting to really gel up. I was planning on putting some Mod Podge over the top of it to give it some ripples, so hopefully that'll help camouflage some of these little imperfections here. And here's the north wall with a nice run down the wall. Came out pretty cool here too. I'll have to take some powders and some more scenery stuff and go around the edges.